gave the over-under at 6 seconds before Chris would start crying. I took the under. Okay?
Thank you, Russ, and thanks, Steve, a lot for that. I got a phone call a couple days ago, and Steve put a bet on it, I'm like, so thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Russ, thank you, love you, brother. Matt, thank you for being here. Coach Weinberg, raise your hand. This is my coach from back in the day, my coach, my teacher. I appreciate it. Friend, Kelly Johnson, longtime, lifetime friend. Brian, we go way back. We actually transferred way back in the day. We grew up together and supposed to go to Villa Park, where we play this year, by the way, in football. So sorry, Kelly.
Don't feel too bad.
And anyways, going to Servite was the single most important decision of my life, bar none. To this day, best thing I've ever done. And I remember back, I always think I have my notes, but unfortunately, I can't even read them. I didn't bring my glasses, so I can't even believe it. But so I remember sitting around the breakfast table, and I always tell a story. I was sitting there. So yeah, thanks, Eric. Yeah, no, I'm going to put them on a second. But so this is in 1979, and my dad's sitting there and reads me an article, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for mom and dad, so that will get me, but that's another story. So, 79 reads me an article and says, son, look at this, Servite's playing Moeller High School in Cincinnati. And we're having breakfast, and I said, really? Okay, Cincinnati Moeller. And, back then it was Coach Jerry Faustin's era, and it was the #1 team back in the day. And I was supposed to go to Villa Park High School with Brian. And so we get done with breakfast, and I said, Dad, I want to go to Servite. And I said, I want to play against the best. I want to get the best education. I want to go to the best school. I want to go to Servite. He said, okay. And I followed up with right after that. I said, and Dad, if I go to Servite and get a scholarship, will you buy me any kind of car I want? He said, sure. I said, okay. So that was just through that, it just snuck it in. So we ended up going to Servite, and I'll never forget. I go to Servite my sophomore year, and Brian are there. Unbelievable year. We knew we had a special team. We went 10-0. One of the first people I met was Coach Toner, who's not here. I'm really disappointed. But I remember Coach walks up and he said, "What's your name, son?" I said, "Chris Burget." He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Villa Park." He said, "Public school, shoot," and walked away. I love that guy. The only thing I wish I never got to play for Coach Toner, and that was unfortunate. But I wish he was here. So, and Coach Davis, you talk about it. We had the coaches. It wasn't for the coaches, in fact, I wouldn't be here. But junior year, we had a great team. We knew we were playing well. We ended up playing. Went to the playoffs in wild card. We played Edison, and that year Edison had the longest win streak, which was 33 games. And we played them in the first game when we weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. Wild card team. Brian runs the opening kickoff back. I'll never forget that. We went on to beat Edison, #1 team in the nation back then. And then we ended up losing the semifinals to St. Paul. And so senior year comes around, and we open up the year with Moeller High School. And back in the day, we had to do all these jogathons and raising money for the big trip out there. We flew out, we played Moeller High School, then #1 team that year in the nation. They ended up #1. We ended up #4 in USA our senior year, but we ended up losing that game. We were ahead going in the fourth quarter. We lost that game, and but we went on to win the next 11 games, and we were the California state champs, and it was an amazing experience. And but it teaches you how to overcome a little adversity early on. That early season loss, we came together as a team, and we went on. We beat Long Beach Poly in Anaheim Stadium, 41-7, 31-7. And incredible. And playing on a team like Servite, it just prepares you for everything. I mean, we played against the best competition. Not only the teams we played, but every day I practiced against Jeff Shear. So then I got scholarships to most schools, a lot of schools. I didn't go to Notre Dame, didn't quite have grades from there, but that was okay. I ended up choosing Arizona, and I went to play for the Wildcats, and I started as a true freshman for Arizona. We had a really good team back in there. We got down #3 in the country, and I started a true freshman. I was playing special teams. I was the next guy in for defensive line. And we had some really good linemen. These guys all played in the NFL. And 7th game of the year, I'll never forget, against the Oregon Ducks, the guy in front of me right before the halftime preseason All-American goes down. Bad injury. So I'm stepping up. Coaches are in my face, smacking around, getting ready to start now as a true freshman in defensive line back then. And I was playing, already doing all the special teams. I got to get in the last few series every game, so it's kind of fun, And then opening half kickoffs, second half against Oregon Ducks, a bad injury on the leg, and I sat my next year at redshirt. I still traveled team, no insurance policy in case of need. I came back and I started my third year and had a great year. And I'll never forget, we went all the way. We ended up playing the Georgia Bulldogs on Christmas Day and national TV. And I started all game, had a great game. And, great out clock club for the Wildcats, but pretty much last play of the game, run down the field, had a re-injured the same knee, and that was it. And but I tell kids I wouldn't trade it for anything. When you can go to school, get an education. When you come out of Servite, you are prepared. And so I do have calls every day with families. My thing is, it's great. Aim for the stars. You may land on the moon, but always have a backup plan, because you're gonna need it. And so I am so honored and to be up here and grateful. I look at the players. You look at the players that were before me, after me. Marco's in the audience here. We had some. Just the best players. And again, when you play against the best, you're prepared for whatever life has to throw at you. And I am just honored to be up here, and thank you all for the opportunity. I think I got the over on that one now.